So accordion is a vertically stacked list of items where each item can be expanded to reveal additional content or collapsed to hide it. The benefits: it saves space on a page, allow users to focus on one section at a time, and provides easy access to other sections. Now usage: accordions are useful for organizing large amount of content like FAQs, product details, or setting panels to make pages look clean and compact. Moving on, if we talk about how come the name accordion. So this is an accordion. It's a very popular European musical instrument which produces sound when bellows expand or compress. As picture shown on the right, you can see for yourself. It is often used in folk music across many cultures, but also popular with classical, jazz, and even pop music. Let's talk about its anatomy and states. So here we have a list of accordions, which is commonly known as accordion list, and each element contains one title or header, which is this one, and then we have one icon, and we have one collapsible panel which goes inside this one, and then we have a content area. Now within this content area you can place anything such as an image or text or any sort of carousel, anything, and that will be hidden inside this accordion when it is in closed state. Now talking about states, we have just two states, closed and open, and you can see for yourself. So that's about the state. Now let's talk about the icon which you can use over here. So you can use a triangle or and an inverted triangle. Then you can use up and down caret. Then you can use plus minus, and then you can use arrows as well. So that's about your anatomy and states. Now let's create one interactive accordion. All right. So to do that, let's go back where over here I have placed these two icons. I'm going to ungroup them and I will utilize them in another way. Now let's create accordion. To create an accordion, we just simply need one rectangle, and then we'll need one text element. So it can be header of an accordion. Then we'll copy this one, this rectangle, and we'll increase its height or whatsoever. So this is an accordion content, and to make them work, what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab some lorem ipsum and place it over here. Something like that, but it's way too big. So let me make it around here. And I'll make it look regular, 16 pixels, 20 pixel of line height, and what else we can do. So our basic is ready. Now let's place one icon over here. So let's create a caret over here, about 2 pixels, and our basic elements are ready. Okay. Now let's make them look good. All right, so our basic state is ready. Now we can do two things. First, we can make each and every accordion responsive in this way, or we can create something like as a whole group. But let's create one element responsive for now, and then we'll create everything else. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create this here over here and a copy. Okay, so let's make sure that each of these numbers are same, like we can see over here. Layer names are similar or same, so that it doesn't interrupt with our prototype and smooth transition. And now let's make changes to the first one, the closed state. So I'm going to shrink it down and hide it below this element. And to do that, what I'm going to do, going to move it over here and then reduce line height to 0, something like this. Or I can make it 1, depends. And then I'm going to move this inside as well. And I'm going to reduce its size over here. Cool. So now I have this closed state and here we have open state. I'm going to rotate it 180, right? And now I'm going to create a component set over here. And then after I'm going to prototype it. So on click, I want it to smart animate with ease in and ease out and 300 milliseconds. And when someone clicks on this section again, they'll go back to this state and rest remains the same. Okay, now we have this element and we want to see how it works. So to do that, I'm going to grab this element from my component library over here. And yeah, so this is our component. And now I want to create a copy of it over here. Okay, and change its header to 2, something like this. And then I'm going to put them in auto layout so that they respond. Okay, and sure, yeah, you will be able to see how it works. Okay, so let's go back and play this. Now let's look at this, how it interacts. Okay, nice. And similar with this one. Now that's good. So let's move on to making this component responsive. I'm going to create a copy of these two. So let's do one thing. We are going to put this into the other state. So we'll make this an open state and then our component one over here, and we'll make it responsive as well, and this one as well. So let's detach them first so that we can work freely. And now I'm going to delete this one from here. We have just this upper component. I can ungroup this so we get a group, and I can ungroup this as well so that we get our individual groups. Okay, and we want to make it expand and collapse as well, but at the same time it should be responsive. That means if I change its width, it should respond and do not get distorted. To do that, let's look at the layers. So we have our vector. I want this vector to be of fixed width, and then I have my text. I want this to be a fill container, and this again fixed width, and outer container will depend on wherever we are using, but by default we'll keep it fixed width. So to do that, let's ungroup this Okay, and all elements are selected. Now let's press auto layout. Okay, now this whole element is in auto layout. Still, we have way too much of gap. I want to make it 16 pixels. Okay, but this is again aligning left. I can make it in middle or right, but it won't make that much of sense. So I want to keep it left aligned, and I want to fill this space with the text area. And to do that, I am going to make it fill container over here. And now it is now pushing this element on the right, and this I want fix, which is true. Now this should also be fix, which is true. And now if I do the same, it is responding. Again, I don't want to truncate it because it's not an input, and I want each and every part of this header visible to the user. So to do that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make it align top left. So it's not behaving as per my needs. Let's just make these ones little better, and I will put this group into auto layout. Okay, and let's look at its height. It's 24 pixels. Now this one is 18 pixels. I want to make it 24. To do that, I'm going to increase its top and bottom margin, and now it's there balancing with the header. Now I'm going to do that with our caret as well. So I'm going to group it, convert this into auto layout, and then I'm going to either increase its size, or let's say I want to make a fixed width from here, and I want to make it not 18 but 24 pixels, and middle align. So again, here two ways I did these. I put this into a frame, an auto layout frame, and give it a margin of 3 pixels, and in this case I just made it a fixed height, and then in between I'm making it float in the middle. And now let's look at its responsiveness. So this is responding, but again this is going way out of the area. To do that, I want to make it hug content instead of fixed width, and here now it will respond. So that's cool enough. We can change its height and these responsiveness as well. So if we do middle align, this will respond in this manner. So whatever you see fit, you can use that, and I am keeping it on the top. All right. Now let's do the same with these ones, or I can just simply copy paste this one because it has all the responsiveness, and I'm going to make this turn 180. Yep. Now let's make these ones responsive. And to do that, I'm going to select these two or all of three and make them auto layout. Margin top of how much this is? 80 pixels. So 98. I want not 98, 80 pixels, 16 pixel gap. Cool. Over here. And now I want to make it a group, and yep, see. All right, so apart from this, I think say this is responding, but again our this height is not responding, and because I chose to keep it fixed height, as you can see over here this has a fixed height, but if I do a hug content, it will respond. Look at this one. So it depends on your usage, how you want to use it, and this will respond accordingly. So that's all for this video, guys. I hope you liked it. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll keep posting. My next video is going to be about search bars. I'll be making it for app and website both. So make sure to watch this video. Till then, bye bye. Take care. Peace.